set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down, so this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 23 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here at prime time.
A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there. Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are?
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 10-yard line.
Gun.
Now it's Burrow. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led him to victory. He's doing all the right things. We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. They came with a safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On the return is Jones. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's in the midst of an MVP caliber season. The NFL's leader in passing yards as he's up over 3,000 now on the year. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And this is one of those something's got to give games. You got the number 1 passing team in the NFL against the number 1 defense against the pass. A lot of times, the battle's in the trenches. We know that. We see it all the time. But this one, this game's going to be won on the outside.
Now Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. 11 MT. 11. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
At the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. And he fires one incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
For the Bengals field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here to add to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And able to get this out to the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
A short one there to Freiermuth. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Charles, Thursday night game, think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll send a big tight end in motion right. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They work now on 2nd and 9. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Demetrius Knight. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Rodgers. And this one is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
That was an ugly-looking kick, and the snap, largely to blame. These special teams operations are relying on everyone being on the same page, so even the slightest hiccup can lead to some missed kicks, and that's exactly what we saw here.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow will throw. Flush to his right. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. His dad certainly had a few of these. Joey Porter Jr. there for the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
It's your set. Big 13. Big 13.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Burrow going for it on 4th. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
That's good. First down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and
Here we go. Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and 6 now. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but a shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 5-yard line.
Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us